Mountain News this morning, a group of Kentucky inmates celebrate a special day in an effort to turn their lives around. And a festival returns to one Eastern Kentucky community after being canceled last year due to the pandemic.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning again. It's 5:32 on this October 1st. This Friday morning, I'm Dakota Makris. Let's head over to our Letcher County Bureau where we find Brandon Robinson with your morning forecast. And Brandon, this is your season. I literally texted you during the break saying, Brandon, this is your season. It's Christmas. The McRib is back. Well, it's not really Christmas just yet, but to you, you've celebrated since starting today.
Listen, let me give you the quick breakdown of how this works on my end, okay? October starts Christmas music. November starts Christmas decorations. And then December, you just take it all in and celebrate.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you know what? You do your own thing.
That's how that works. Listen, that's how I roll. That's how I've always rolled the whole time I've been alive. So there you go. But this morning, Dakota, we're tracking just a little bit of cloud cover across parts of the region, and we're seeing that moving in from the south toward the north, and we're looking at that across the region. But the good news is most of the fog that we have been seeing in spots is not in those higher elevations down in the valleys this morning. So continue to watch out for that. US 119 on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain in pretty good shape this morning. Temperatures back to 50 Irvin, Jonesville, Wise, Hazard, up to 59 there on the other end of the scale at Moorhead, Jackson, and in Jacksboro this morning. A lot of low to mid 50s out there. Statewide and regional, 72, one of the warmer spots out toward Nashville, but 52, a tie for actually 50 in Charleston, West Virginia is one of the cooler spots we're seeing this morning. So no 40s state and region wide, heading into the upper 70s this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds. Sunrise and sunset, 7:29 to 7:16. So we're continuing to push those times closer together, and the shortest day of the year will be coming up pretty soon in December as winter officially kicks in. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, we now have the name of the person who was killed in an officer-involved shooting Wednesday in Middlesboro. The Bell County coroner told us that 41-year-old Daniel Ledford was the one killed in that shooting. The coroner said that Ledford was taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. The shooting happened around 8 p.m. Wednesday night. No further information is known. A fire in Frankfort killed 2 people Thursday morning. The Frankfort fire chief says someone walking by an apartment complex before 8:30 yesterday morning heard a fire alarm and called 911. Hours later, crews were still cleaning up the damage and investigating what happened. The fire chief says a fire this size is unusual for Frankfort. He confirmed 2 people were killed. 3 to 5 more people had minor injuries, and another was flown to U of L's burn center. Officials say it could be days before they determine what sparked the fire. A woman who has a friend who lives there watched people escape from the flames.
The smoke was coming out as she went to jump out. She said she walked down the stairs and the flames were too bad, so she went back up and jumped out. And then 2 older women, they packed down a ladder out the window.
Now, the American Red Cross is helping fire victims with housing and supplies. A death investigation in Pike County has left a family and a community shocked after state police say foul play was involved in the death of 74-year-old Hazard Miller. WYMT's Jordan Mullins spoke to Miller's family.
On Sunday, September 18th, 74-year-old Hazard Miller of Feds Creek left his home to hunt for ginseng, said goodbye to his wife, and told her he would be back the next day. A few days later, on Monday the 21st, after being away longer than his wife and family expected, the family reported Miller as a missing person, and the search quickly turned sour.
They said they found a body, and then we found out just a little while after that it was him, and it was devastating for the whole family.
The family and community Miller left behind was devastated after his body was found just off of an old mine access road in the Phelps area of Pike County.
He was really a good man, good husband, good grandfather, great-grandfather. Kids absolutely adore him, and he liked to flatfoot, and he's trying to teach all the grandkids to flatfoot, and it was just fun.
And the case remains under investigation after foul play was confirmed on Wednesday.
The death investigation of Hazard Miller is still an active, ongoing investigation at this time. At this point in the investigation, we are able to confirm that foul play was involved in the death of Hazard Miller.
The family that is desperately looking for answers is offering a reward for any information.
He did not deserve this from nobody. I have no idea why anybody would want to do this.
And the family and KSP continue to search for who did this and why. In Pike County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Trooper Coleman says you can call KSP Post 9 with any information regarding the death of Hazard Miller at 606-433-7711, and all tips can remain anonymous. Well, an undercover narcotics investigation led police to a large drug bust in Wayne County on Wednesday. Police say they found more than $150,000 worth of meth, heroin, and fentanyl combined. Deputies say they were investigating a possible drug sale on East Kentucky 90. Police stopped a car that they suspected was involved in the trafficking. Deputies arrested Troy Huff. He faces several counts of drug trafficking. Kentucky State Police have released a crime rate report covering the Commonwealth. It paints a picture of addiction and just how much of an impact the pandemic made on a crisis gripping our region. Victor Puente talked with experts about the data.
The 2020 crime statistics released by Kentucky State Police are similar to the national trends we saw earlier this week from the FBI. While overall crime dropped in the Commonwealth, the number of murders rose last year by more than 58%. There were 405 in 2019. That number jumped to 640 in 2020. Drug offenses made up more than 1 in 5 arrests in Kentucky, the most of any crime. A criminologist at the University of Kentucky told me the pandemic just exacerbated a problem the state was already struggling with.
Kentucky is hit especially hard by some of the drug epidemics that are going on now, and being stressed out because of that pandemic, the whole pandemic, is not going to make drug use lower.
People who work in addiction recovery say it's likely that many crimes that aren't considered drug crimes, like property thefts and robberies, still have addiction as an underlying cause.
And you'll see statistics anywhere from 70 to 80% of individuals incarcerated are believed to have an underlying substance use disorder or something of that nature that contributed to their crime.
Overall, the number of people arrested dropped during the pandemic. Around 293,000 were arrested in 2020, compared to more than 432,000 in 2019. Dr. Love said the reasons for that could include a shortage of police and a changing attitude toward certain drugs.
The more and more we as a community tolerate drug use or think that certain drugs should be legal, the less likely people will be to report those offenses.
Going forward, experts say the best way to keep some people from going back to prison is getting them help for the reason they went in the first place.
Drug courts and diversion programs are critical to the well-being of Kentuckians, highly successful in many areas, and it's a wonderful motive to have someone in treatment.
In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Now, along with homicides, arson and bribery arrests also went up from 2019 to 2020. A special day for a group of inmates at the Pulaski County Detention Center. 8 of them graduated from a welding course at Somerset Community College Thursday, participating in the reentry program to receive their welding certificates. This all in an effort to turn their lives around and get back in the workforce upon release, something Pulaski County Jailer Anthony McCollum says is inspiring.
It's very nice to be able to see them encouraged and knowing that there's people out here in the community that want to see them succeed. And it's very encouraging to me to know that we have people in the community that are willing to step up and take a chance on them.
The next class in the workforce reentry program will begin their classes this month, and this time it will consist of 11 women. A new Vincent van Gogh themed mural is being created behind City Hall in Hyden. Inspired by her love for the famous painter, Mayor Carol Joseph commissioned local artist Derek Lewis to create the piece. Using inspiration from Van Gogh's most famous work, The Starry Night, Mayor Joseph says she hopes the area will be used more by the community.
I already had one school group from another county, when I put just a snippet of it on Facebook, said they'd like to bring their class up here to look at it. So I expect to have visitors, and will there always be welcome? We're a welcoming place here.
Mayor Joseph says the city plans to have a grand opening for the mural when it's complete. The Mary Breckenridge Festival in Hyden kicked off yesterday, trying to keep everyone safe during the event. City officials are asking everyone to wear a mask and to stay home if sick. The event features a carnival, live music, a parade, and food booths. Now, the mayor says the community's response to the festival has been overwhelming.
Everybody's really looking forward to it. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many calls, how many messages I've been getting. It's about a full-time job having to answer all of them, but I appreciate it, and I'm happy, and I love the people here, and I'm proud to answer their questions.
The festival continues through Saturday. The Mountain Arts Center has some shows on the horizon, one with some hometown ties. Teddy and Bobby Cyrus are set to hit the MAC stage next month, bringing some bluegrass sound to the Prestonsburg stage. Executive Director Joe Campbell says the duo is one to keep an eye on, recently having collaborated with Billy Ray Cyrus on a song called Roll That Rock.
They're on the rise right now with some bluegrass songs and IBMA awards, and Teddy is a member of our Kentucky Opry. Probably some surprises for that show that we can't announce yet, but really cool surprises for that show.
The show is set for October 16th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available now. Well, just ahead this morning, an iconic filming site from a popular sports movie is now under new ownership. Find out who made the purchase when we come back.
And we're tracking the possibility for some showers and storms, not today, not necessarily tomorrow, but by the end of the weekend. I'll track those for you in about 3 minutes.